Good morning, everyone. Joella May here. Today is day 16 of my 60-day guided meditation commitment. And today is also the new moon. Well, tonight is the new moon, officially. Oh. My cramps are setting in. My yoni is in full flow. Very, very groggy day today. The meditation, even though it was just a nice little 15-minute quick meditation, because I have my ex-roommates coming over to visit. Okay, cool. Yeah. I think he visited me last month too, so that was nice. So meditation was nice, short, sweet. It was a 15-minute meditation. It was very calming and relaxing and comforting. It actually helped me with my cramps a little bit, so that was nice. So I feel refreshed. I kind of passed out on meditation last night. I was trying to go to bed early last night. Again. Of course. Yeah, I know. Morning, man. Always burping. All the gases need to settle since I'm sitting up now from sleeping. Ooh. Maybe a little affirmational water will help the gases in my stomach to chill out. I need to make sure I put my water out tonight to make moon water. Not sure if this is the best full moon to do it. I know last month was the better. I haven't done research today. New moon is in Taurus, whatever that means. Last month it was in Libra. That's why I'm confused, because it's not going in the same order as the sun signs. It's okay. But I find it funny because last month was in Libra, and I'm a Libra. And this month is in Taurus. My sister's a Taurus. And normally on the sun signs, there's all these signs between us. So, I don't know. So last month was an air sign. This month is an earth sign. So I guess it kind of goes with those elements. I think there's still both feminine. I can't remember. So, yesterday's video, I was all scattered. Today, I'm more settled. Because I didn't go anywhere. I just stayed and did my little self-care things. I didn't really do cleaning. What did I do yesterday? I painted this box. I don't know how this spot got white during the drying process. Now it's purple and green. It used to be an old chicken box. It was funny too because my son picked it up and started shaking. I'm like, no, that's Grandma's box. He's like, oh, I thought it was chicken. I was like, no, okay, fine, I'll paint it. Like, why would I have a frozen box of chicken sitting on my bed? That makes no sense. So now it's purple. So now it's all good. Now I can protect Grandma's stuff all happy like. I have to fix that one little spot that bugs me. One little white spot in the midst of purple. Weird. So, let's see. My goal today is to paint. To clean out my room and paint. Because I really, really want to submit some pictures to see if I can get into that show. I was thinking about it again during my meditation, and I really, really, really want to try and do this. Whether I get in or not, I want to go through the process. So, I'm highly motivated to do that today. is something I really want to do for myself. Because I want to start painting murals. That's what I want to do. It's what I've been wanting to do for so long. And when my husband and I first split, and I went down to Miami, and I worked at the convention with all the artsy friends and stuff, and doing artsy promotions. Like, I really, really wanted to just live in it and be in it and absorb myself into it 100%. And since there's this festival going on in Live Oak right before the trial starts in Miami for my first husband's murder, I really want to be able to do that. Because if I can get in on that festival and I can paint there, I'll finally be able to release all of this stuff that's weighing me down. I know that doing it in a festival atmosphere will be the most healing process for me, because I'll be around people that will hold space for me. And that's what I really, really need more than anything, is someone who holds space for me. And that's what I'm coming to realize, because like doing all this work for myself and all this self-care stuff, it's really good, but when you don't have someone else holding space for you while you're processing, and you don't have that energy transfer, and you're trying to build all the energy by yourself, and sometimes you feel like the spark won't even flicker to make the flame, it gets intense. Last night I was listening to Tori Jones again. I love her so much. Oh my goodness, her affirmations, the way she speaks, her music, her affirmational music is incredible. I mean, and I want to say that she's kind of doing what I'm doing, or I'm doing kind of what she did. I don't know, because there was one of her YouTube episodes I was watching yesterday, and I was talking about how she stays in her house to meditate, to reflect, to really get into, and that's how she comes up with her music. And that's kind of how it is for me with my art right now. The more I'm just me within myself, working with the art, creating with the art, listening to her affirmation music, because I was pretty much listening to mainly her music when I was painting those 3 paintings this week. So it really helped me get in there, because I never thought I was going to paint anything about the word love. Like, and that's what I'm trying to work towards, is like that true love, that freedom of feeling love without attachment. That's the biggest thing, is feeling love without attachment. And that's the hardest thing for me, because still dealing with my triggers on my abandonment issues and things. And that's why I like the solitude, because it helps me recognize my triggers. It helps me process them. That's what shadow work is all about. I had someone message me yesterday about how I need to get out there and get back into modeling because I'm so talented as a model. I'm like, I don't need to show off. He's like, show off. That's what modeling's for. I'm like, I don't need to show off. He was like, it wasn't getting in his head. I have a bigger purpose than just to look pretty. Like, I think that was the first time where I was like trying to stand my ground and make someone understand that it's more than just putting on a show. I love putting on a show, don't get me wrong, but I want to do it with full purpose. I want to do it with full intention. I want to do it to where it's going to change somebody's life. I want everything I do to be able to change someone else's life in a positive manner, in a truly loving, positive manner. Honestly, I thought that's what I had with my husband, but he's not here anymore, so I guess it didn't. Or maybe I was going up and he was going sideways. I thought we were both going up, but he went that way. that way or that way. I don't know. It's still heartbreaking to me because I don't remember the bad stuff. I remember the good stuff. And I've been having a really hard time lately with wanting to make videos of the memories of our pictures and things because I don't want it to just disappear. The time we had together meant so much to me. I really did not think I was going to be crying today. Like, I was not in that moment. I did not think I was in that mindset at all. It's crazy. Every time I start to miss him, I hear him yelling at me now. The hardest part is I wish I could share this part of my journey with him. All the new realizations that I'm coming up with. You know, because my best friend's gone, my first husband's gone. Both of my grandmothers are gone. Excuse me. I didn't expect to ball out like that. But this is a new moon, and new moons are about emotional release. So I have a feeling I'll be doing that a few more times today. I wonder what I'm going to end up painting today. I got 2 more canvases the same size as the other ones I was painting. The next set of canvases are a little bit smaller. Yeah, I usually set out to do 1 painting, but I always end up doing at least 2 because of the leftover paint. So we'll see how it plays out. I do have 2 canvases that are black in the background. So I'm trying to figure out how I want to do that. If I want to work with that, I should probably do one with that to give it a different design, different flair. I don't know. Generally, when I do painting, I like to completely cover the canvas so it wouldn't matter if it was black or white. But if I'm going to work with a black painting, I don't know. Maybe I'll just put a thin layer of black over it. And that's probably what I'll do. It's because I like to have that shine texture. I don't like that matted. But one of the main reasons why none of my paintings are finished is because I haven't poured resin on any of them yet. I mean, not resin or whatever that... Oh, God. I'm too tired for names. The stuff you use to seal your pictures. Oh. Day 16. We are here. April 30th. We are here. The new moon is... Tonight will be the darkest night of nights. Tonight will be the night to release all the rest of this pain as my yoni fills up. It's crazy. My whole body wants to clean the house out. But, I mean, my mind wants to clean the house out and my body can't move right now. I just feel like I'm filling up like a tire. I did take some pain medicine, but I don't know if it's going to do much today. I do and I don't want to go through that process I did a couple months ago where it hurt in my bones. But I have a feeling that I'm going to need to go through that release again tonight. Because there's still so much emotion still stuck in my body from my whole life. I remember in my 20s when I went on my first road trip when I was living in Dallas. That's when I was first trying to do a full body cleanse. That's when it was right before I was going to my trip to Dallas. That's when I met a Chinese herbalist, holistic practitioner in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I was referred to, and she helped me a lot. Yeah. What was it? My stomach issues and stuff, and she's like, "You have parasites in your gut that you need to get out." I was like, "Huh?" So she gave me some Chinese herbs for that and stuff. I really didn't understand what that meant. Because I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, I have a tapeworm and it's going to grow and it's going to take over my body. And I'm like, how did I get that? I ate too much sushi or whatever. This is how my mind was thinking when I was 20. Now going through and then when I was traveling from Miami to Dallas and driving, and back then we didn't have cell phones. I only had a beeper. So everything was done by a map. Yeah, I had a big book of maps, the atlas of the United States. So I was doing the whole map thing. Oh, I miss that map. My husband and I used to do all our travels in that map. I carry that map around for like 10 or 12 years. I have no idea where it is now. And my husband used to put my stuff outside so it would get destroyed. A lot. Yeah. So many things that were valuable to me were invaluable to others. I may not get on that tangent. Anyway, so the map. So on the road trip and everything, it was just amazing. Because what I did on that road trip, as I was going through the white paper, I don't remember how I did it exactly, but I was looking up all the health food stores. So I would go to a different health food store in every state. And that's when I relearned about probiotics and chlorophyll and just chlorophyll back then. And so I was in this one health food store and they gave me these chlorophyll tablets. They were like compressed chlorophyll, so when you take them, they would just kind of dissolve in your body. They weren't like chemical processed, they were just like pressed chlorophyll. That was pretty neat. And I even got a yogurt making machine on those travels. I was so proud of my yogurt making. I never used it. I still fucking buy my yogurt. Oh, bleep, whatever. Yeah, if they tag me for that would be like, what? Okay. Anyway, I still have the machine, but I haven't never used it. Maybe one day I will. I also have an ice cream maker I haven't used yet. But I'm going to get more into my homesteading over the next month. Because now what was it? Today's the new moon, but tomorrow is May Day, or you can call it Beltane. 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 Technically, it's a pagan holiday. But it's also the day that is right in between spring and summer. So it's like the mist of spring. Yeah, tomorrow is the mist of spring. So I'm really excited about that. There's a lot of things that come with it emotionally, energetically, elementally. When I say elementally, I mean the elements. The elements really come together on that day. It's a magical day for Earth. That's why it's so celebrated. Because if you don't understand spirituality and the labels, you know, for the declarations or whatever, because I'm not big into labels, but you know, I'm a spiritualist. I'm an earther. I love earthing. I love being part of the earth, being in the earth. I know through this process I haven't been going outside as much, but I keep my earth elements with me, right next to me at all points. So it's right here. It's touchable. It's seeable. You know, that's the most important thing to me. You know, I don't really like labels with anything like products and stuff. I don't pay attention to labels. I just pay attention to the usefulness of what it is. You know, I mean, there's certain things when you're looking for things like vitamins and stuff. Yeah, you want to look into the label for the reputation of their product to know that they're making a good product. That is understandable for research, but to wear it or to advertise it, I'm not into that. That's not really my thing. If you want me to help you promote a product, then it has to be beneficial for help self-care. You know, that's what I'm about. I don't get me wrong, I love shiny stuff. I'm very attracted to shiny and pretty things. You know, I'm a Libra. I like to collect shiny, pretty things. A very dragony outlook, I guess you could say, because dragons like to collect shiny things. Yeah, we do. uh, you know, because, and it all comes back to, because we're used to being a protector, you know, making sure that everything, but once they started attacking us because they wanted what we protected, yeah, that's when they made us into something bad. Mm-hmm. What is it? Yeah, that one Gorilla song. It explains it so perfectly, how they live in the mountain and they can't see the monkey in the mountain. Yeah, I love that song. Can't remember the name of it right now, but it really explains the circle of life in the perfect way. It's funny too because, like, I can remember in psychology class we had this story to read, and it was all about the human response. But when you read it, because it was talking about cave dwellers and this and that, you're just like, why would someone be so? But it's anything and everything we do. It's just a society collective thought that we agreed upon. Okay, this is how it's going to be. And you know, the way our society runs now, it's not we the people like that it's supposed to be that makes all the decisions. It's this group of electives that we supposedly elected, but do we really elect them? You know, it's whatever. I'm not gonna get into politics because yeah, it just makes me sick. Oh, there's semantics. That's why I don't like paperwork, because I don't like the double, triple circle talk. I hate circle talk. And when someone's trying to make you agree with something, they're going to circle talk you to death. And that's why I like to stay away from people, because I don't want to get caught up in whatever opinion they're trying to sell me. I guess that's the best way to put it. So I'm not isolating to live in depression. I'm stepping away so I don't get influenced by everyone else's stories. Because I don't want to live in their illusion. I want to live in my reality. Right? I want to enjoy art. I want to enjoy making art. And I want to attract someone that feels the same way. Someone that loves the earth and plants and nature and wants to help nurture it and watch it grow. My husband helped me start my garden 2 years ago, and that was the most amazing feeling for me, to work with him in the garden and watch him blossom and watch him helping the earth grow. That was my happiest moments. And my first husband and I, we were like that too. My partner before him and I, we were like that too. My partner before and I, we were like this close to opening a nursery. But then when we split, he let all the plants die. That just devastated me more than anything. Like, that was, to know that he let everything die that we put our love into, the unconditional love into. Yeah, that was probably the hardest part about the breakup, to know that he just let it die. But, through this split, I understand what I did, because I can't even bring myself to go out and tend my garden right now. I'm just grateful that it's growing wild and it's happy enough. Like, some of the herbs took over, and like some of the indigenous plants in the property are kind of trying to take over, but it won't be as much of a process. Hopefully I'll be able to get out there this weekend. I'm trying to get the gumption, but my first priority is painting, because I really want to get in this show. I know I've gone on a ramble here a little bit, but it's part of the emotional release of a morning meditation, because I'm not writing it out, I'm speaking it out. And then I sit back and I watch my videos so I can take in what I've said. Yeah, I don't just post it up after I watch my video 1 or 2 times to get a reflection into it. And it helps me stay within my intention of the day when I make these videos and I watch these videos. Because I try to put a purpose in each one, and I try to have a reflection to each one that is a separate identity, but it doesn't always happen that way. But, it's a learning process. It's all a learning process, and I am enjoying my learning process. I don't, it has nothing to do with, am I going to be famous or this or that? My fame is in me, and other people don't want to recognize it, that's fine. I don't care. I know that I am an amazing goddess, and I want to be looked at as a goddess, not just as some girl. And if you're gonna look at me as some girl, you can go to next week. And if you look at me because you just think that I'm a physical object that can be played with, go on. Have a good day. I'm tired of that. Don't need that in my life anymore. Yeah. Like, I was trying to do everything to please my husband and not remember who I am. This is aloe, by the way. I love to put it on my face. I'm going to eat this piece, but since I had a little grayness, I just kind of roll it. Yeah. Especially right now, being on my monthly, it really keeps the acne at bay. Come on, open. Oops. I tore the skin a little on that one. In the wrong way. I'm doing this without my glasses. Can't see what I'm doing. I like eating the aloe when I wake up in the morning. There goes that piece of skin that's separated off. I don't know. I felt a pimple somewhere yesterday. I don't know. What? Yeah, I'll put it on like a little mini mask piece. And I'll move it around after a little bit. Yeah, it gives my face like this nice, glowy, refreshing feeling. When it dries, you can feel a little bit of the tightness from it. It kind of pulls off the extra oils on my skin. It's kind of like a natural face wash without using water. Because there's so much water in the aloe. I love aloe. Feels so nice. One quick morning self-care ritual down. Ritual number 2. Here's water. Back of the neck, down my spine. Feels so good. So good. Let that set for a few minutes. I can even feel it like relaxing my yoni just a little bit. It's that loving intention when you take time to say, okay, I'm going to love myself just a little bit. Yeah, it adds to that glow just a little bit. It does. So, yes, today's meditation was sweet and simple and relaxing. And I was able to get clear focus on my goal today. And that is painting. So I will be making another video at some point today with me painting. We'll see when my friend comes over if he wants to paint with me or watch me paint. Because that's my goal today. I want to get into that festival. Yes, I need to go through the process. It's that aloe settling in. Where'd that water go? A little more affirmation water. So on that note, I think it's time I go make my tea. And since I am on my cycle, I'll be making my libido tea, my moontime tea, with the new moon day. Yes! Score! Kooky, right? Gotta love it. Fluids are still working up the way to flow. It's so funny. I take that one sip of water and I feel saliva fill my mouth, mucus fill my nose. Yeah, it's like every time I eat, I gotta blow my nose, yo. And then the fluid starts moving around. Oh, yeah. Just remembered something that Tony was pointing out in her video yesterday. I want to make sure I point out to you. Does that weird you out seeing that? Where was I? Oh, yeah. Water. Remember, our bodies are like 87% water, right? So Moya, Dr. Moya or something. I don't remember. I didn't write it down because I was halfway in and out listening and playing with my TikTok. And I had read articles, watched videos or whatever about it before, so it wasn't new to me, and that's why I didn't pay extra close attention. But there's these water studies, and this is why positive affirmations are so important, and why the daily meditations are so important, because they instill those positive affirmations. Because we say everything is energy, right? And water is an element, so it's one of the purest forms of energy, right? You understand that? You get that? Okay. So, and we talk about my intention water, right? Okay. So on my intention water, I have written on here wisdom, courage, insight to the divine, wealth, health, a strong voice that people want to hear, gratitude, coherent collective, divine elevated emotion, bliss, love, strength, compassion, abundance, joy, prosperity, financial freedom. So these are the words I use to program my water. Yes, you can program your water. That means you program your body when you talk, because you're 87% water inside your body. Yeah. So when you tell yourself good things, the water in your body will react in that way. Do the research. There's scientific studies. So she was looking up on the iPad. The video kind of like looked funny because of the lighting in the background when you show it. But when you look at water after you say positive affirmations like I love you and stuff, they'll look like pretty snowflakes. But if you say negative things to the water, like telling it that it's bad, it's evil, or whatever, you'll notice that those pretty snowflakes break apart, and then they like become these chaotic kind of energies, and they're all disbanded all over, and like almost like fire, and they get that reddish color and everything, or they look like the black hole or something, like you're gonna fall into a forever nothingness. Yeah, look it up, because it's a real thing. You tell yourself negative stuff, the water in your body is not gonna be able, it's gonna fight itself, and that's where disease comes in, is the water in your body is fighting itself. With the positive affirmations, then the water can change and crystallize into these beautiful, amazing, artistic, geometric designs. Yeah, math, geometry. And then when you put it all into things and you get these symbols and stuff, then it's alchemy. Because then you're creating something, and that's when the magic comes in, because you're creating something. You're using your energy to design something into a better power. Like me just doing this, I can feel that ball of energy in between my hands. And you go like this, you can feel it getting longer, and the more you play like this, the more you're going to feel that ball of energy between your hands. Like it's there. It's always there. That's your aura all around you all the time. It's just when you're going like this, you're just feeling a piece of it intensified between your hands. But that aura is there. It's all around you. And the different layers of your aura go out and out and out. Like your biggest, most outside layer around you is almost 6 feet. Yeah, It's almost 6 feet away. So if you stand more than 6 feet away from someone, you're not really sharing energies with them. Hence, social distancing. Isn't that a freaky thing? Because they wanted to keep you 8 feet away. 6 feet. So your energies don't even touch other people, technically, with your auras. Interesting analogy, isn't it? Yeah. As I'm talking to you, this analogy comes to my head. Yeah, and if you're wondering, no, I'm not vaxxed. And no, I never got COVID. No, I don't worry about disease. If I'm going to get sick, it's the universe's will. It's just the way I look at it. Every time I've had a sickness or an illness, it's always been when chaos is at the peak of my life, if that makes any sense. Like, I'll give you a perfect example. Probably 15 years ago. So my stepkids would come down for the holidays every year, right? And it would put so much stress on me all the time, trying to get everything together, make sure everyone's happy, because I have 3 stepkids and then my own child and then my husband. So that was 5 people that I was giving my energy out to. So there was nothing left for me. I was just giving, right? Getting ready for the holidays. So what happened? I got so sick, right, that I had to stay home during the holidays. And then you went out and celebrated with the rest of the family. I had to stay home because I got so sick from the stress that I was putting on myself, because of the expectations I had on myself, because of all the emotional attachments I had to my issues about abandonment. I had to make everybody happy so they wouldn't leave me. But in the end, I made myself so sick, I couldn't be with them at that highlight moment. Do you get it now? I wouldn't have gotten sick if I hadn't put all that stress on myself. If I had kept that energy in me and just let the universe and let themselves make themselves happy. And hence, this is why I'm not into celebrating holidays anymore. Because I put so much energy into celebrating holiday after holiday after holiday after holiday after holiday for over a decade that I don't even remember what those holidays were for anymore. Like, what was the celebration about? Just putting a bunch of people together and giving them more stuff? Yeah, like, I can remember before I conceived my son, was I pregnant? No, I think I was pregnant with my son. And we had the kids for Christmas time. And my husband never did any Christmas shopping with me or anything. And but that year he was kind of helping me wrap the presents. But then he was trying to rush me through it. And I'm like, that's not the way it works. I gotta, because I want to make sure all 3 kids had an even amount of presents and this and that. And so we were running out of stuff to wrap with. And the youngest one, we put one of his presents in Christmas hat. And that morning, when they all woke up and opened their presents, he cried for 2 hours saying how Santa didn't love him. because he didn't wrap his present. I was so emotionally attached with making those kids happy. And then when he cried about it, that was my confirmation that it had to be done that way. But in the end, 17 years later, that little kid told me I was the worst person in the world, that I made their lives miserable. Yeah. So it was more than gut-wrenching, because all the things that I was trying to make better didn't matter, because they still looked at me as the bad person in the end. So, gotta learn to let go of those emotional attachments and let go of those triggers of our own issues, because people don't care. They don't care about how you feel about things and why you do things you do for them. They don't care. They only see what they want to see and how they want to see things. And it's like one year I went out of my way, like, because I was, that next year when it was his birthday, because I remember how mortified he was that Christmas. Like, I couldn't get it out of my head for years. So I set up this huge birthday party at the bowling alley and everything, and invited the whole family and got all this stuff. Broke my bet. Spent more on him than I ever did on my own son's birthday parties. Yeah. And my in-laws gave me a little check afterwards that maybe covered a third of, not even a quarter of what I spent. But because they gave me the check at the party, they were the ones praised for paying for the party. So that kind of hurt. Yeah, I still remember that part. Isn't that crazy? The little things, when you try so hard, and then you remember how you were shot down. So that's why I'm taking the time to learn how to love myself, to let go of those emotional attachments. Yeah. We all have them. It's learning how to recognize them. I don't want to live in reaction anymore. I just want to respond. I don't want to react. I want to be able to recognize and say, hey, yeah, no, that's not right. Hey, yeah, no, I deserve more respect than that. See you later. It took me 11 years to realize that I wasn't happy in my first marriage, because I lost myself completely. Like, in my first marriage, I tried so hard to finish school. I went back 3 or 4 times. I think I only got 2 classes completed. Because I just kept spreading myself too thin. Just, they got used to me giving all my attention to them. So when I was actually trying to take time for myself to sit down and study, hey, it wasn't happening. The only time I got to study was when I was actually at school. And then sometimes, because the classes I was taking were an hour away, I didn't always get out of the house in time. Yeah. And there was always these crazy dramatic things going on every time I was trying to go back to school. So I really want to make it a goal this year, go back to school this August. I really hope that I can work through my issues so I can start doing paperwork again. is I want to be a more productive member in society. I'm just not ready to be in society yet, because I want to be strong enough to be in society, because when I get in society, it tears me apart so fast. That's because I didn't understand my triggers. I didn't understand my attachments. I didn't understand my need to please. And so that's one of the biggest things I'm trying to work through right now, is my need to please others. I want that to go away. I want it to go away. I don't need to please anybody but myself. And that's what I'm trying to learn to do. Just please myself. Make me happy. I'm 48 years old. Come on. I should have figured it out by now. Yeah, no. Everybody learns it in their own way. And we have, there's been many times in my life where I've gotten to these epiphanies and ethereal moments and things like, when I was 25, 1999, that's when I went to massage school and got introduced to so many things and got a really good set of tools in my toolbox. But then I got pregnant and I kind of like closed the box and it got stuffed in the closet for a decade. And then I started to open that box, and then I got into another relationship and that box just kind of went back into the closet. So now I'm playing with that box and learning about myself. Yeah, I've had this box my whole life trying to figure me out, but every time I start to and I get in a relationship, I push me aside. So now I'm not pushing me aside anymore. And that's why I'm taking this time for myself. So find a way to take time for yourself, because you deserve it. Just like I deserve it. We all deserve to love ourselves, because we're the most important ones. I'm the most important one for me. You're the most important one for you. Because all those people that I used to be attached to that I was so worried about, none of them are in my life anymore. Like, none of them. The only person that's still in my life is my son. He is in my daily life. And I am so grateful that he is in my daily life, and he is so grateful to be in mine. And when we hug and we smile, and it's just the happiest feeling. If there is no one else left in the world, I'm happy to be with my son. Because that is some true unconditional love. And the fact that we're not rushing or pushing or stressing each other out, or just enjoying our moments. It's really blissful that way. Yeah. So, my goal today is painting! All right. I've talked for almost an hour. This was supposed to be a quick vid because my friend was coming over. I don't know if he's awake yet. I don't see any messages. I wouldn't be paying attention if there were, because I'm talking to you. And that's another thing, is trying to stay focused on focus. Each task at its time. So first thing I'm going to do after I upload this video is make my tea. And then clean my room and get it ready for painting. And find a jar, because I'm going to need to start collecting my blood soon. Yep. Okay. Let's wrap this up. Remember, I love you. I love you. And I love me. So you love you. Because you're the one that's going to love you through this lifetime. You're the one that's always going to be there. So love yourself. Like yourself. Learn to get to know yourself. What you're really about. What do you really like in life? What excites you? Is it going skydiving? Is it reading a good book? Is it putting your feet in the water? Do things you've never done. If you've never walked barefoot on the earth, walk barefoot on the earth. It's the way we used to be before shoes. Earth connecting is so important. It's how we were created, was through the earth, with the elements of the earth. So, get to know her. She's your best friend. Just like you can be your best friend too. Remember, we're 87% water. Water. What does that mean? That means we can control anything. But do it in a loving way. Do it for the greatest good. Your greatest good. The element's greatest good. Without ego. Ego is what makes chaos. Enjoy your chaos if you like. I'm taking a break. I want to know what bliss is like. I don't want to know what chaos is like. I already know. I've lived in chaos for over 48 years. And I want to live in my bliss for a minute. More than a minute. For the rest of my existence. I want to be in bliss. And that's where I'm going to hold my space. And if it's not blissful, I'll walk away. Yep. Grand rising, you beautiful souls. Have an amazing day. I love you.